Leo, we're back to do your update for your star sign, which is your guide to your stars and our psychic energy update. Now, your cards that have come through have been pretty interesting, actually. I sat here with the energy for a little bit and I was like, yeah, that's about right. Okay. You guys could feel at the moment really burdened, okay? It's sort of like you have this nostalgia relating to the past, and you do have family in reverse, sort of foundation level, especially because the eclipses were hitting your home sector. You might have found that that was a little bit of a bugbear for you. Now, you could have some situations at the moment really feeling like you don't have five to actually scratch your own back, okay? You don't have five to, you put your eggs in one basket and you're like, heck, what do I do now? For those of you that have children, this could be a little bit of a challenging time. It is going to ease up, but you could be problem solving. You may need to think outside the box with the circumstance. I also feel that paperwork that you did in relation to the past, you could have a little bit of concerns about money, and you will maybe waiting on addressing something. I kind of feel when I'm looking at your past position of the cards versus the present, it feels like you're having to jump in the deep end and sort a bunch of things out. But I do feel emotionally, especially because you guys are connected to Sun, right? Whenever we go through the moon phases, both for you and Cancer, you tend to find that your energy is very affected by the moon cycles. Now, we have just moved away from the eclipse cycles, and we are moving into this new month of June for you, Leo, where you're still in recovery, okay? We just, as we were leaving June, had the new moon in Gemini. And for you, especially with all of this Mercury retrograde stuff, psychically, what I'm saying from your cards is you're still in recovery. Now, I do see, particularly from a standpoint of your foundation, it is your crowning energy. So you could be particularly looking at your life and going, okay, there's a number of areas in your life that you feel at the moment that need to become more stable. I feel initially you could be looking at it like, oh my gosh, Penny Little, the sky's falling down, feeling really fatigued and needing to get grounded. But you are in the magician energy, so to speak. So it is like we do have power this month, but we're having to rework and relook at what we can do. Self-esteem wise, it could have gone to extremes. You might have found through your resources, as soon as money was coming in, it was going out. So you might have backtracked and really looked at how you can do things. And I do feel the good thing is you guys can be great manifestors, okay? The other thing I'll say is you do have the King of Wands as your crowning energy. So you're looking at, okay, what am I going to do from here? What do I need to do in my life to take my power back and to be a magician, so to speak, but actually get my life back on track? So it's your ambition, your power. Yes, because we have planets transiting at the moment, can it get you irritated? Yes, it can make you go to extremes, but that could be because of an instability in a location, an instability at work. And it sort of does feel for you emotionally. You guys have been through the ringer. The good part is you are moving away from conflict. You know where the conflict is. Whenever we see fives, we've got the Five of Bloody Swords here. It's in the past position. You're trying to work out how to get away from that. You know where the problems are, and it's like you're looking back and you're going, okay, well, I know where these problems are. How am I actually going to redirect it now so I can fill my cup? Now, to a degree, some of you might be feeling as though all the happiness and the bliss and your own personal time is all in the past. I think most of us really in 2022 are going to feel that. So could we go into victim consciousness initially 100%? But I am seeing this pressure point when it does relate to too many balls in the air becoming a problem. Now, do we want to go into the juicy, nice stuff in life and just relax? Yes. But I do feel you're underestimating yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. I do feel in the heart of the matter, it's like we could be romanticizing what a happy life looks like. We know what it looks like. We've been there ourselves. But I do from a monetary, from a spiritual, from an environmental point of view, as in where you live, what you do, who you mix with, you can feel deeply sensitive, but you're going to be sensitive to environments, right? If you have been understanding and patient, I feel you're going to have this epiphany, and I feel there could be this pushback and this feeling as though people are, robbing Peter to pay Paul sort of thing. But this also can be in your demeanor. It's like, oh my gosh, I've been cheating myself out of happiness. I've been doing this. I've been healing, and I'm really not getting anywhere. I feel in the initial week, this is the way it's going to play out. But if you can be aware that the tension points are the solution points, I do feel you're actually backtracking to go forward. So whatever this tracking is, it's actually you're going to be tracking your process, critiquing yourself, but actually knowing where the problems are. And therefore, when we stop and we look at the painting, I'm kind of seeing psychically, you're going to have a lot of revelations. And I feel this can be deeply, what would the word be? Number one, you are sensitive to environments, clear your house. Number two, I do feel where you're going to be. It's almost like at an intuitive level. If you can trust your psyche and you can stop for a second, I feel you're going to have some good downloads. But I also feel from the spiritual point of view, when you're tired, your aura's down, you're more susceptible to BS, right? Deep breath. Whatever this is, it's deeply challenging, okay? You're trying to break patterns. You're definitely not believing in Cinderella. It doesn't mean Cinderella's not real. You're believing in the power that you have is within you. You're also overcoming old habits and patterns. This can be, I need to change my diet. I need to change the circle of friends. I need to change my home environment. Whatever you're doing, it's like you're resisting the temptation to lie to yourself, very Neptune and Pisces, and you're like, look, I need to deal with this, whatever this is. And I feel you're trying to problem solve because whatever this is, it's coming to a head, right? And I feel as we move beyond the first week, you're going to have some revelations about what it is that you're going to need to do. It's funny, I'm almost seeing that it's like out with the old, in with the new. And I feel if you'd been on the fence to do with that, whatever that was, it's like you're going to have this breakthrough. And I don't know, whatever this breakthrough is, you could second guess yourself and go, oh, crap, I can't believe I'm doing this. But it's very different, okay, than how you have been. And this could probably quite scare you. I don't know why I'm getting this vibe that you could be more bold. You could almost be jumping in the deep end of a circumstance very, very quickly. I also feel in the area of your love life, whatever that negotiation is, be it it's with a past person or a person, that is coming towards you in the month of June, I feel your attitude towards it is going to be very different and it can move quite quickly. I also feel that you could have a revelation. There's something, for those of you that have children, there's something changing around your kids. But I also feel from an emotional point of view, doing a lot of inner child healing, and you're realizing you can't be everything to everyone. But I do feel there's a circumstance, there's going to be an offer. And it's like if you'd been on the fence trying to make a decision to do with it, I feel this month you're kind of jumping in the deep end. You may scare yourself because it does feel it's very spontaneous. It's like, okay, this is what we're doing. And it feels very sudden that you're moving into it. You're going to know what you need to leave behind. And I feel if you had been really saying to yourself, no, I've tried everything, I've really tried everything, it's not working, I just get this feeling that you're going to have this major breakthrough, and I do feel it's coming quite suddenly. Now, what you're moving away from, initially, you may go through a stage where you're feeling all your bliss and your happiness was in the past. I do get this feeling that this is not going to last very long, this emotion, this feeling. And I feel it's almost like as we calm down, as we adjust into it, it's these pivotal points in our life where we're making major decisions. You do have the Ace of Cups, but it's almost like you're believing that all that bliss was back there in the past. You can find some solutions from the past, but you're going to be very receptive of what to put your energy into. Can you be looking at your past with rose-colored glasses and then very resentful glasses? Potentially. Again, I do see you're going to get some revelations. And really, when we look at past, when we're reflecting upon the past and what we went through, especially during Mercury retrograde, it's taken on two flavors, and that is heart chakra and ego, head and heart. You look at Taurus and it's heart chakra. You look at Gemini and it is the twins, but it's also the notion of thought. So it's a very head and heart decision. I feel you're going to find a balance and a harmony between the both. And I also feel you're going to forgive yourself for the past. And when we say forgiveness, it's more we're letting a burden down. It's not that we're saying that that situation back then was really great, or it was fair, or it was balanced. But it's a time I feel that you are going to move away from the mental anguish. But these things later in a spiritual test can feel like they're coming back up again. But I do feel if you had felt very on the fence, not wanting to make a move, penny little, the sky is falling down, I see you're going to see a false perspective suddenly. Are there regrets of the past? Yes, we all have those. Okay, something that was hidden from you. Like I said, I do feel a revelation from the past is coming to the forefront. Something that you've been mentally battling over, and like I said, feeling on the fence. I feel you jumping off it, and I feel you making a bold decision. Something from that circumstance, and I see a conversation playing out. For some of you, it can be on the 3rd. For some of you, it's throughout the month. It's in and out. And I really do feel still communication from the past is coming back. I don't know why I get you moving, suddenly, moving, going somewhere, suddenly. Let's pull a clarifier. I'm also seeing there could be 2 paths here. For some of you, it could have been that you were meditating upon 2 individuals. You went, you can't make this up. I'm looking up here, and we have the adultery card, okay? But it's more spiritually, my guides were showing me from a point of view of feeling where you'd been cheated. Maybe it had been 2 circumstances. Maybe it'd been first the worst, second the best, third the golden fairy, okay? So whatever this was, it's where you emotionally feel, oh my gosh, am I going to keep repeating this pattern? Is it me? Is it them? What is this? Not wanting to really bite off more than you can chew, but definitely not wanting to repeat these patterns, and maybe less is more, so to speak. This had caused a lot of conflict, okay? Also, the other situations in your life, really in a juggling point of view, you guys have been ascending quite quickly. You've had a lot of responsibilities and a lot of changes. What I'm seeing with the outcome card is you're going to know what path to pick. You're going to look at 2 paths, 2 individuals very differently than you had before. And maybe the one path that you thought was very negative, suddenly you may see a very different side of the coin. And I really guide you to be careful this month. This can be a time when we look at the give and take. It can be a time in when we're deciding upon our contracts, how we're going to relate to them. But I'm showing 2 energies, and something's not quite what you think, and not as bad as you think. But you're going to understand as you move further into the month. There's going to be a light bulb moment, but it is somebody is going to be kind of decided upon, but you're also realizing that you do have the power to make a decision. Now, what you're moving into, there's going to have to be some sort of a sacrifice. Now, that can be a sacrifice of time. Think about it this way. When I say sacrifice, when I say, is something on hold? Whatever you put on hold, I do feel you've got the power to change. And this could be being on the fence. The other thing that my guides are showing me is with these various areas that you've been tuning into from last month to now, my guides are showing me, like I said, problem solving, making major decisions. Some of you, it can be to do with home-based business, home, family, where to be, how to feel, who to let into your life, how much to give inside of a relationship. I see that at the moment, some of you could be experiencing aches and pains in your bones. You might be feeling, again, the heart chakra and the base chakra, inner child, okay? I'm seeing you're taking the bull by the horns, and I do feel it's almost like to clean shop. It might be making those temporary sacrifices for the long-term success. All right. I do feel some of you could have some paperwork to deal with. You could be re-looking at some things that you felt you'd done and you hadn't done, during Mercury retrograde. It's cleaning shop. I feel as you're reconfiguring your life, your routine, your goals, I also feel diet changes. This could be a change in your perspective. Some of you are feeling this pressure. I don't know why I'm hearing this. It could be like, I'm going to get left on the shelf. It doesn't feel like that, but that's your fear. That's your, facing a shadow and maybe looking at that and going, okay, when we look at the food pyramid, for instance, we tend to look at it in layman's terms if we need food, shelter, water. We need friendship groups, whatever your soul calls for. Is inner child again. It's where do you want to plant your seed? Something you are going to choose to leave behind, but it's because it's not going to resonate with you. I do see money from the past coming to you. I also feel there is a situation for those of you that have children, it's shifting. I also feel spiritually speaking to do with the connection, you're coming to terms with the past tense situation, but you're ushering in a new beginning. There is going to be an opportunity for a partnership here. This can be either in work and love, and I feel it's both. But there's something in the mix that is causing stress and anxiety. I do feel, I'm going to pull another card. I'm getting the vibe, if you know where these areas are that need to be changed, if they're not addressed, it can look a bit messy. Okay, so if you know, if universe has been blessing you, which I don't really call it a blessing, but if it's been coming to you with BS and it's like warning, I get if you don't address those, it could get a little bit messy because there could be a sacrifice where you got to clean it up and go, oh God, why am I doing this for? It's pushing you so that you can make these adjustments for your future success. I'm also seeing if there's an issue with the sibling, it could come up during the first 2 weeks. I also feel if there's a contract to actually assess and there's been something pending in a judgment sense, this feels more official orientated. I feel that's coming to a head. Yeah, there's something in family big time coming through. This could be a change in perspective. I see you talking to a female individual to get advice. Something's moving you forward. You're going to move forward very quickly. I don't know what this is. It's almost like you're turning a corner and there's a breakthrough. But whatever this breakthrough is, it can be a piece of information that's given to you. You've got to look after your health. I feel in the first week, be very careful. You can have a lot of cravings, but you really need to be careful about what you're putting into your body. I also feel, if you feel things sitting with you really heavy, you're moving away from a location. Some of you could be physically moving. Something that was hidden from you is being, it's like you're going to have some privy information that you shouldn't have received. And I feel this is going to change your approach with it. Okay, let's pull a card for love interest. Something that's hidden is being shown to you. You are literally going to have some information. Oh, let's check again. Okay, now as for wealth, somebody's going to give you some gossip. I do feel gossip. Somebody's giving you gossip. I do feel some of you need to be very careful where on the emotional level, I feel if there's a lot of challenges happening surrounding a friendship group, surrounding a workplace environment, you're very, very sensitive at the moment, Dales. And I think it's really important to not subject yourself to situations. It's really hard to have faith in a circumstance when we're being hit from all corners. And I always say that, the crazy thing is sometimes we stub our toe and we're like, oh crap, I'm going to have a crappy day, and we stub our toe again. And it's like the laws of attraction, right? It's almost like when you're having a crappy day, you have to say, universe, this is so bloody awesome, because it would so happen to me over the years spiritually. It's like you go, oh, great, okay, this is coming. And then it's like it re-attracts it back. I feel, if you need to go and have a good cry, let it out. I feel that's really the key. Let that energy out. Let the vibration out. Have the courage to say, hey, I don't always have all the balls balanced in the air. And that it is going to get easier. But I do feel whatever this is, it is giving you a breakthrough, and it's really going to heal you at a very deep level. If you need to take a day's grace, take a day's grace. I would say, though, these things are pending for judgment. And I do feel they do appear to be particularly on your side of the fence. And it's not to say that energies with work, with love, it's not to say they don't have their side, but it sort of feels spiritually where you are, you know, it's like a stubbed toe with many cuts. Something's got to give. So these got to give points, we can't keep holding the vampires at bay. They're kind of coming in. They're needing addressing. What you're going to come to realize is it's almost like suddenly you're not scared anymore and you're really able to liberate yourself and be yourself. Whatever is going to be a great mystery, I do feel spiritually and psychically you're going to have a breakthrough with it. I do feel overall, where you've had those tension points, where you've needed a break, I feel you're going to have this self-discovery in that zone. And I also feel your wealth is actually going to do quite well this month if you can be very wise with your decisions. For some of you, it can be that you have a creative project on the side and you also have maybe paperwork you're doing. Could be luck in, you know, winnings and things like that. But I do feel there is a brand new circle coming your way. I will try not to control the uncontrollable. I feel it's more when you're thinking all those solutions spiritually on the outside. It's like currently, while everyone else is MIA, you know, everything is turning a little bit messy. But I feel you're going to be looking at it and going, okay, why are these things binding me? Does everything have to affect me? So, and I feel you're just throwing it to the side. You're like, if something's not your problem, you're just going to get over the BS and you're just going to go, well, that's your problem. You need to deal with it. I feel you've kind of got entangled in a bunch of things that you're just thinking, how the hell did I get myself into this? Okay, let's see what the card says. Ooh, yes. Okay, I feel you're holding yourself back. We want to reach the place where you are willing, okay? Not just willing and determined, but just determined to let go of the need to control, of the things that are uncontrollable. Stub my toe, right? Like what anybody else is doing, and give your undivided attention to only the things you can control. And I think for me, spiritually, when I was having all these adversities, it was like environmental, it was workplace, it was love, it was like, wow. You know, it's almost like the notion, penny little, the sky's falling down. I'll come over here and help you with that. I'll come over there and help you with that. And then you're suddenly having this revelation, foundation's falling down. Houston, we've got a problem. It's like, okay, if this energy over here is MIAATM, how much do I keep giving? Okay, I need to come back over here. And it feels like you're correcting everything of what you have control over. And while you do that, I literally do see suddenly everything's coming together and your viewpoint, you're no longer scared. But I do feel this need to have a little bit of a break, to step back from it. I feel as Mercury goes direct, again, you could be extra hungry, food's not sitting right, feeling agitated. Give it a day. Things will calm down. Information's coming in relating to contracts, relating to love. A major decision to do with your future's coming, okay? And I do feel you're going to have a breakthrough, but the need to go with the flow in certain areas, yes, but please, please, please do not feel. It's almost like no rest for the wicked notion. Something that was really great, something shifted. Some major decisions need to be addressed. As you make decisions and as you make these major adjustments, I do see everything flowing really bloody well. Can you have secrets being revealed this month? 100%. I do feel there can be a choice between two honeys, two paths, and also feel there could be two streams of income. We will see you during the month. And if you want to see your star signs, they do dive deep in the website. We have star sign subscriptions as well as twin flame. I do cover your week-by-week updates for your health and wellness and chakras and diet tips, when you're going to get cravings, when you're going to feel agitated. Psychic attacks this month. Please look after your aura and be careful of how you're dealing with your energy. We absorb that of what we're around. Love you. See you soon.